Wrestling review. A lot of things happen on the show tonight. Kicking off with the new World Heavyweight Champion himself, EC3. As EC3 talked about, he's the greatest living wrestler alive. That is now one of the greatest world champions ever. And he talked about Dixie Carter making her return tonight, his Aunt D, and that he will be taking over the show during the time. And that he beat Kurt Angle last week, and that now EC3 is the new World Heavyweight Champion. But Matt Hardy pretty much came out saying, so it should be Matt Hardy for champ. I'm the one that softened up Kurt Angle for you and took Kurt Angle to the limit, he says. So he told people on the internet, come on Twitter, let's go at Matt Hardy for champ. Let's do it tonight. But EC3 says, I'm going to regretfully decline that. But Hardy says, I'll still kick your ass anyway, pretty much. But EC3 said, well, that's not going to happen because you're going to be in a match tonight. And you're a new father, right? Talk about that Papa's got a brand new bag and it's going to be in a match tonight. In a tag match. But since Jeff Hardy is out with a broken leg and he calls his brother a dumbass, you're going to go against the people that are pretty mad last week for a match they lost. It was against the Dirty Heels, which almost somewhat doesn't make sense in a way anymore since Austin Aries is gone from this company and went back to ROH. But I gotta remember this is tapings and stuff. So both the Dirty Heels went against Matt Hardy. The Dirty Heels won pretty much. Hardy went for a suplex on Aries over the top rope, but Robbie grabbed his legs. Aries landed on him, and pretty much the Dirty Heels won the match then. So EC3 was taking over the show tonight, and EC3 was on commentary also, as the Rising came out, as Drew Galloway wished it could be somewhat better, but since they lost to the Beatdown Clan, they've been forced to disband and everything. And that pretty much Galloway spoke on them, and that he loved fighting by their side and everything and stuff. And that all he wanted to do is to save professional wrestling, but the fight isn't over, he says. You may have won the battle, but the war is not over and stuff. Because wrestling will be here when you're old, when you're dead, everything's the oldest sport ever. And pro wrestling will be here pretty much for a long, long time, he says. And he says the future is bright, he says, for TNA. Through the darkest night, he must get to dawn. And he thanked everybody in the crowds, everybody chanted TNA. He thanked Micah, he thanked Eli Drake as they fought a lot along them. He says, hashtag, still standing for professional wrestling, he says. So he pretty much thanked the crowd and everything. Everybody left. He dropped the mic and got on his, I guess, kind of cried a little bit. EC3 says, you're going to be in a match. You want to talk about hashtag stand up? Well, since it was going to be a 6-man tag match, but since your team is disbanded, you will go in a handicap match. Pretty much against the entire Revolution of Koya, Abyss, and Manic, which since they kept fighting over the pin and Koya has that stick of truth, Galloway won, pretty much beating Manic with a roll-up pin. So yeah, since this whole BTC is Rising thing is over, everybody's now disbanded, and Drew Galloway will be a solo star now, I guess, for a while, which should go somewhere if you ask me. I don't know what to think with the Revolution at this point. I don't know if James Storm is still there and mad, but this group is really kind of now a joke at this point. Mr. Anderson came up to EC3 thinking, I guess, congratulate him on his title win, but he won a match tonight. Why don't we go one-on-one? But EC3 says, you already have a match tonight. Let's go against Bram. And they pretty much went in a match then. Which ended in DQ, since Bram wanted to keep beating Anderson and stuff. He pretty much started attacking him with weapons and everything, and attacked him with a chair. And he told the people in the back to bring Mr. Anderson's mic down. He took him to the entrance and he says, what do you think now, huh? You're pathetic, beating him with the mic. Since I guess they still want to prove Bram has to be sadistic and sick, but for some reason he still has to be hardcore for some reason. Robbie E went against Jesse Goddard in a street fight. It was actually a pretty good street fight match. Goddard's won pretty much, I guess since Robbie E passed out and he hit that Boston Crab over the chairs. Robbie did what he could. He never tapped out, but he pretty much passed out. So I don't know if this feud's going to keep going at, but I don't know if this feud will continue. Bobby Lashley went to EC3 because EC3 is going to be facing 3 opponents for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Lashley says, you better hope I'm one of them, those guys on the list, because he says he's going to have 15-star matches tonight. And pretty much EC3 says, you know what, you're going to go against Tyrus tonight, pretty much then. So it'll be EC3 and maybe Tyrus versus Bobby Lashley. Kurt Angle had something in the back of a sheet of paper, says, oh, it's going to be a good night for him because EC3 and his gauntlet going to have a whole change around. They pretty much went back to Josh Matthews' table, where they went back to the, I guess, second part interview of Mike Tenay with Jeff Jarrett, talking about this whole Global Force Wrestling and TNA thing. And he talked about GFW and the working relationship now they have. And because he's been talking about this since April 7, 2014. And now he's, and you know, I've been hearing this, but it hasn't happened yet, especially with this roster. He talked about all these 13 promotions and 5 continents, which he, you know, wants to work together. Maybe we have to give that time, but people question him because most of his current roster is a bunch of former WWE or former TNA guys, or current ROH, or current TNA, or Legends, WCW, all this stuff. So Legend's supposed to be bringing all these countries around the world, all types of professional wrestling, from Japan to Mexico to Russia, a lot of things. And he's going to bring all forms of wrestling. He never dreamed that TNA would be part of the promotion, but, you know, cool heads prevailed, and I guess they talk about the King of the Mountain title. I don't know, is this King of the Mountain title going to be the world title in Global Force Wrestling? Because everybody says that's the little red title belt that nobody cares about. So he said that King of the Mountain title is going to be the world title or something. I don't know if Jeff Jarrett's playing names with this for Global Force. EC3 and Tyrus are in the ring, as EC3 talked about the first person he ever defeated in this streak. North Furnham. Beat North Furnham. And he brought out a TNA legend, he says. A legend. Since, you know, Shark Week is coming up, this man is a TNA legend, he says. So, EC3 went against the whole fishing line himself, Shark Boy. And, yeah, Shark Boy, you think you have a chance to beat me? And pretty much Shark Boy said, shell, yeah. Which I see he hasn't lost some of that weight. I don't know what that thing was. Last time I saw Shark Boy was pretty much back in, what, October or November, when they tell him to lose weight and then come back. I see he somewhat is lost, and EC3 pretty much rolling on this comedy skit will be his third opponent, but Kurt Angle says he has this in his contract. He wants his title shot tonight, pretty much. So this whole EC3 comedy, whatever, opponent thing, nice, funny, but doesn't make sense for the guy that just won the World Heavyweight Championship. Lashley went against Tyrus. Was actually a good match. Actually, Lashley lifted up Tyrus with the electric chair and hit him the spear, so that was actually a pretty good match for Bobby Lashley. They went back to Global Force and the TNA Global Force, and, you know, he talked about the motion at TNA, like, you know, his legacy and stuff, but TNA is still going. He talked about all the guys he's brought in his matches with Kurt Angle, AJ Styles, he mentioned, Mick Foley, Samoa Joe, Bobby Roode, Eric Young, Don West, multiple TNA names he talked about that have been with the company and stuff. And that, you know, putting the right team together, that was one of the right teams. They had multiple guys, and like you said, Sting and others also. So, I don't know. I still don't know what Jeff's plan is with this, though. Jeff Jarrett's plan with TNA, everybody's saying it's going to be an invasion. I'm not sure yet, but we just have to wait and see since they just did the part 2 of the interview. So, whatever Global Force and TNA does, I'm not sure. And the Global Force tapings are coming up. I know he still doesn't have a TV deal network yet, I believe, but I don't know what the plan is right now, but we'll have to wait and see. Velvet Sky went against Madison Rain. Pretty much Madison Rain says, you don't belong here and stuff. You're nothing. Is pretty much she went against Velvet Sky. Velvet Sky won with a stunner, so yeah. Even though she's just being silent and other stuff, we don't know if she's going to cut a promo yet, but she's just beating everybody, being quiet. They also showed TNA doing some charity work for some children in Florida. But people are now complaining because, once again, TNA's have already been exposed, not paying their production workers on time. So, I don't know, because people says, you know, they're not paying and stuff. So, yeah, because they're always getting paid around here in this company. Kurt Angle then went against EC3 for the World Heavyweight Championship, but pretty much EC3 grabbed the ref, knocked him out. The referee came in as EC3 was tapping. The referee pretty much counted this as a disqualification. So even though we've seen EC3 pretty much do this whatever comedy skit all night, everybody says he's a chicken shit heel now, whatever his title is, a comedy thing. As Dixie Carter also arrived in her limo, coming in, and EC3 sat in the ring with tires as Dixie Carter came out and everyone had to talk and celebrate about being the world champion and stuff. And that EC3 has done many things for the wrestling world. That the Carters need, he's beaten Sting, he's beaten Bully Ray, he's beaten Kurt Angle. So yeah, but then she said you're a monster, but she said I was the monster. Looking back at all the time and stuff, what she did last year in the company and stuff, she said she was a monster. I guess putting her through that table since Team 3D, Bully Ray put her through a table and everything. You know, this Reign of Carter thing isn't gonna work now, she says, and that she lied and manipulated and hurt people in the company she knew, and that there is gonna be some control. She says that that EC3 just been lying and stuff and taking over, going down the same path that she did by taking over the company and everything. But she said that this company and this show doesn't belong to you. Well, I mean, it belongs to the TNA Wrestling. I was surprised people even cheered Dixie Carter that quickly by the beginning she came out. And pretty much, she told EC3 this has been an embarrassment tonight of what you're doing and stuff. And we're not going to put your BS anymore and everything. So, I guess next week that I'm not taking control of this company, and you're not either. And pretty much Josh Mavis says, who is it? Who's going to be the GM? Who's going to be controlling this show and stop EC3 and shenanigans, as Dixie Carter is saying. So I'm surprised that people cheered Dixie this week. I almost thought she was going to talk about the status of this company, about, I guess, address all these allegations that have been going about not paying production workers and all this stuff going here, going there, everything. So yeah, but who is going to be taking over next week? And then they talk about pretty much Fatal 4-Way for the X Division title next week as Tigger and Overlord gets Gradle, Rockstar Spud, and DJZ, and that Terrence Terrell in the Dollhouse. I guess will be battling Brooke in some match. But I guess it was kind of good to see Dixie Carter back in TNA. It's been over a whole year, even though the news has been really treating her well with the whole TV deal thing, the production stuff. But I guess her back on TV, I don't know, maybe it'll be her only time on TV, because I think maybe she knows that not a good idea to have her on TV since people don't agree with it also. But I don't know what to expect out of all this. Who's going to be GM next week? I almost thought she was going to have to call her Jeff Jarrett for 1 second right there, but I don't know what this Global Force and TNA thing is going to keep going, but I guess EC3's title reign begins and stuff, and putting people in matches. So yeah, but I'm out of here. I'm gonna see you guys later. Peace. Check out the reviews, live reactions, everything.